Dinner for shoes, please.
Hello and welcome to an episode of Dinner for Shoes. Today's episode is called Bubble Tea and Summer Jewelry. I always try to make it rhyme, so this is just me trying to do that a little bit more. 2 minutes before I started recording this episode, something's always happening, right? Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. My memory card said it was full when I was using my other camera, my better camera than we're using now. So I'm, first of all, not even sure if this is recording because this camera, I can't see whether or not it's recording. You can't flip the screen around. And I also don't know how much time we have. So I'm going to record this intro as quickly as I can. And maybe partway through, we will have to switch over to my shell phone. Did you like that? Okay, I am so proud of myself. Yeah, so that was 2 seconds, right? Until we had to switch to a different medium. But I decided to use photo booth instead of my phone because I need my phone for my notes. And I'm like, wow, I am really proud of myself. I just completely made that work. I should probably shut up because it's going to be 30 seconds or a minute and 30 seconds in, and then it's going to stop recording and be like, now your memory card's full on your computer. Do laptops have memory cards? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to order a new memory card after this so that we still have great episode content for you. Kit, my laptop is balanced on the scratching pole right now, and Kit is utilizing it. Kit, get down. Come drink this bubble tea. Okay. So before we get into the outfit behind the shoes and we talk a little bit about my favorite types of summer jewelry and how beachy, fun, shelly, pearly it all is, we are going to, I love how, do you see how my mood changes because I can see myself now? As long as I can see myself, I'm happy. And we're also going to talk about my bubble tea that I got from Gong in Hoboken. And we're going to talk about why I chose bubble tea. You are also going to meet Taryn, who is the CEO and founder of Briwok, which is one of my favorite summer jewelry brands. We're going to talk about a few of my other favorite summer jewelry brands. And we're going to talk about why I distinguish them as summer jewelry brands instead of just any old jewelry brand, because there are a lot of jewelry brands out there that are kind of kitschy and 90s, 2010, 2000s, Y2K. But when I go to their feeds or when I go to their page, it doesn't scream you were on the beach. You need to get to the beach. Mermaids are real. We want jewelry that screams mermaids are real. So let's talk about, first of all, so that I can drink it because I'm thirsty, the Gong bubble tea. When one thing fails, then it starts working again, and then another thing fails. That is the story of my life. Okay, let's talk about Gong and bubble tea. Well, first of all, I don't know what made me think of bubble tea and summer jewelry. What basically happened was I was thinking of what is a dinner that almost feels like chunky statement, bubbly jewelry. And then I was like, well, bubble tea, the tapioca in bubble tea, always reminds me of rings or jewelry, bubble rings. Remember when we used to wear bubble rings? And that was very much kind of the vibe I knew I was going for with my outfit today. So I was like, that makes sense. But then I was searching, and I always, my go-to just when I want to search for best, I don't know, pizza in Hoboken, best pasta in Hoboken, whatever. My go-to is always Hoboken Girl because they have so many articles. And of course, they had an article on the best bubble tea in Hoboken and Jersey City, and Gong was one of those. But what I really appreciated was that at the beginning of the article, they have a little snippet that says how bubble tea came to be. And I'm going to link the article. But basically it says there are competing stories on the origin of bubble tea, but the building blocks of this popular drink have long been rooted in Taiwanese culture. Milk tea has traditionally been served in tea houses around Taipei at all times throughout the day. And those gelatinous tapioca balls, question mark. Is that a real word? are often added to local desserts to enhance the texture. Bubble tea in its current form was invented in the 1980s, as the story goes, when a tea shop owner poured tapioca balls into milk tea on a whim. The drink immediately became a hit in Taiwan, and soon bubble tea shops began to pop up everywhere around East Asia. Over the years, it became increasingly available around cosmopolitan areas on the east and west coasts of America. Now, the reason why this reminded me of jewelry is because one of the things that I talk about with Taryn and her and how she operates as the CEO of Briwok is experimenting with all different materials in jewelry. And I like that as it appears, as it seems, bubble tea also kind of came to be from an experiment. So I like that too. Plus, then when I went to Gongcha's website or DoorDash and I was like, designing which bubble tea I wanted, the way you can customize it makes me feel like I'm stringing a piece of jewelry together. It's really cool. Like you can choose what type of pearls you want, whether you want black pearls or white pearls. And I'm going to tell you what I got and we're going to sample both. Then we'll get into the outfit behind the shoes. But okay, I'm very excited. So this one was the strawberry matcha. Both of these are medium sizes. I got regular ice in all of them. You had the option to get like light ice or no ice. I was like, fuck no ice. I love ice. And so I got oat milk for this because this is a matcha and strawberry milk combined. And it's kind of hard to see, but this one has the peach star jelly gummies. And I was like, now that's even more like jewelry centric because like, you wear like a star necklace or whatever. So let's try this one. I'm not sure if you're supposed to mix it up, but the colors get uglier when you mix it up. So I'm going to refrain. Okay. Oh, wow. The stars are kind of getting stuck in the straw on the way up, but they're good stars. They're very peachy. I thought to myself, I was like, these are called peach jelly stars, but they're not going to really taste like peach. They taste like peach. Wow. Kit was so excited about this dinner when I got it because she loves straws. All right. So here's my thought. As much as I didn't want to mix this up, it needs to be mixed up in order for you to fully enjoy it because the strawberry milk on the bottom is what's sweet and the matcha on top is not sweet. So if you want that balance throughout, you have to mix it up. And then it's nice to just kind of like go searching for one of those little one of those little stars every once in a while with your straw. I have a feeling I'm going to like this one more, but we'll get there. I will also say that now it looks like throw up. Doesn't make me want to stop drinking it though. I love the idea of having to work for the stars and the tapioca. See, Kit loves this shit. She loves it. She's like, oh, a straw. Like, I love straw. Okay, now this one I think I'm going to like a lot more. I had to try two. This is called the Panda milk tea. It's a medium. And I should have mentioned this before, but one of the things you can do at Gongcha, I don't know if this is all of the locations that have bubble tea, but you can choose the sweetness level. And I chose 30%. You could do 0% sweetness, but I chose 30 because I didn't want it to be not sweet at all. This episode had to be sweet. So this is 30% regular. It comes with the both black and white bubbles or tapioca balls, hence why it's called the Panda. Because, oh my God, a panda looks like you. You're a panda. You're a panda cat. And I will say that I know that I'm going to like this one more because I kind of might have taken a little bit of a sip when I tried to stick the straw in. And I was like, how do you do this? Do you peel? Do you just stick it? And then when I went to stick it, some of the juice, the milk came out and I took a sip. But I'm going to try again in front of you. Oh my God. That is so good. Wow. No offense to that one. That looks like puke, but this one is where it's at. Panda tea. Wow. Wow. You want to try? That is so good. And there are balls galore down there. I'm telling you, like every sip I take, the ball's like, sure, I'll come up. The star doesn't necessarily fit very well in this straw. So there's a word of advice to Gongcha. Okay. I feel like I'm drinking jewelry. So let me talk about the outfit behind the shoes And then we're going to talk about some of my favorite summer jewelry brands. Nope. Then you're going to go for our interview, my interview with Taryn, and you're going to learn about Briwok. And then I'll tell you a few more of my favorite summer jewelry brands. See, I decided how things are going to go while I hit record, after I hit record. Kit, you're making me nervous because of the scratching. Thank you. Okay. Outfit behind the shoes. These shoes, which I thought I had worn before on an episode, but I confirmed that I hadn't, are Dolce Vita and Love Shack Fancy, a beautiful collaboration. These make me think of summer. They make me think of summer jewelry. They have little floral appliques on the strap, and I really like the twisted strap. These are also so comfortable. There's a tiny little sculptural shape to them, but it's not a high heel, and they just rock. I love an ankle strap because it keeps my foot in place. It goes so perfectly with this t-shirt, which was obviously the star of the show. So this t-shirt I recently got from Black Bow. They are a swimsuit brand, really, but they do some cover-ups, and they'll do some like cute little coordinates that you can wear as well. And oh my God, I love this t-shirt. It's stretchy. I love the sea green turquoise shade of it, the pink, hence the pop with the shoes. And of course, the best part is the back that says, "The ocean is calling." And I believe that I'm a mermaid, and I believe in mermaids, and I believe I was a mermaid in another life, but that I'm also still a mermaid where, like, if I run into the ocean, like, I don't know if you've ever seen Splash, but like my tail can be activated. I believe it's possible, and that I just haven't figured out what like the lock and key situation is yet to activate my tail, but I will figure it out before I leave this earth and then be reincarnated as a mermaid again. I'm wearing it with my Cargo's by favorite daughter. I've actually worn these before in an episode with the full set. I have like a cargo jacket that goes over them. I love these. I really do. They're so comfortable. They're like stretch denim. And of course, the star of the show is my jewelry. And now I can't quite see. The only one I can see is here, this is Briwok, but I can't see everything. But let me like see if I can kind of see my, okay. So what's Briwok that I'm wearing are these amazing shell hoop earrings. They have little rhinestones on them, so they're a little textured too. They're not just your classic shell, and they take jewelry, summer jewelry, to the next level. This starfish necklace I also really like because of just the really shimmery gold effect. I think it's super cool. I also have this pearl choker that I recently got with all differently sized pearls. Kind of funky, thin. It's by Astrid and Miu. Love that one too. And then this one, a favorite. You guys know that I wear her all the time, but Jenny Bird is one of my go-to jewelry brands. And you really like this choker with the stacked shells. It's thick. One of my favorite things about it as well is that it comes with a little extension that you can actually unclasp. So depending on A, your neck size, and B, how long you want to wear it, it's completely customizable, which is super cool. And then finally, I was like, okay, like that's it. Like that's enough jewelry, Sarah. But then I was like playing around with my jewelry, and I was thinking about how this ring that Nick got me in Greece, which no, it's not that type of ring, but it is really cool. And it's got this like aquamarine stone that reminds me of the depths of the ocean. And I got it because it literally reminds me of the color of the ocean, the Aegean Sea in Greece. Like this was the color of the water that we were swimming in. And then I just randomly went into the room and showed Nick, like, this ring happens to perfectly match a choker that I got a long time ago with deep blue stones on it. This is the smallest one right here. And it's like a perfect match. And I don't remember where I got this necklace from, but I love it. And I normally wear it on like special occasions, but this is a special occasion because it's a Dinner for Shoes episode where something got fucked up again. And that happens every time. So maybe it's not special. I don't know. But so far, so good with Photo Booth. It's working. So I'm hoping, I'm praying. Yeah, so that is the outfit behind the shoes and all of the wonderful jewelry that I'm wearing. Gonna give this throw up one another chai. This one is just very fruity for me. I'm not much of a fruity drinker. This one's like calling for rum on vacation, which like isn't really my vibe. Vacation's my vibe, but never rum. This one is just like, oh my God, I can't wait to drink the rest of you. I just spit. Okay, so you go and check out my interview with Taryn. You're going to learn all about how she started Briwok. There's a very sentimental story, a very important story. She talks a lot about the jewelry business as a whole and how she's now located in Australia. She talks about how moving there kind of set the scene and the tone for her brands. She talks about some of her best sellers. All of her jewelry is super beachy, super cool, exactly the type of vibe that we are talking about today. So learn a little bit about her brands, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you about some more of my favorite summer jewelry brands where when you go to the feed, it screams, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the beach.
Initially, I started Briwok as sort of a way to work through my grief. So the name Briwok comes from my friend Brianne, who I used to call Briwok the Ewok. We used to make jewelry together, and she passed away while we were in university. And then when I got back to Canada after university, everyone was wearing these feather earrings, which is what we had been making. So I started making them, and then I called it Briwok, sort of in honor of Brianne.
That's awesome. I love that. So was your vision for it kind of like what it is now, or has it evolved at all within, just starting the brand and then seeing what came of it?
Yeah, no, I honestly didn't have a vision for it. I was like, no one I knew had done anything in fashion or anything like that. I come from a pretty small town in Alberta, so it's like oil and gas or nothing. But no, it was like, I think as soon as I started doing it and as soon as I, started making sales, I was like, tunnel vision, this is going to be it. And initially, it was so long ago, it was 2012. It was like coming out of like the indie sleeves era. So it looked a lot different than what it looks like now. But it just kind of like evolved over time with my style, and obviously moving to Australia, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. So that's actually my next question. So how did moving to Australia kind of change, whether it was like the resources that you had or your vision for the brand or just like style in general? How do you think that the fashion there affected the brand?
Yeah. It's a lot different here, obviously, like living next to the ocean than in the mountains. So, I don't know. I think a big part of it too is that I was actually just really inspired moving here because there's so many creators, so many people have their own brands. There's so many girls with bikini brands, etc. here. I think that really just inspired me to see so many people going for it in that way. And then of course, my collection just includes a lot more pearls and shells than it did in Canada. And the bright colors and everything's fun and light and happy. It's always sunny here, so everyone's always happy.
That's great. And this episode is going to be kind of about jewelry brands that use like summer vibes as their ethos and their inspiration, which is why your brand is so perfect. So let's talk a little bit about like your latest collection and how you feel about summer jewelry this year in particular. Do you have any favorite pieces, any trends that you feel like you're tapping into?
Yeah, so I just launched my pre-fall collection, which is still has tons of shells and stuff in it. I feel like this summer has been all about the big statement shell piece.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's doing that. I'll show you. We have this one.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like I've been seeing them everywhere. Just like the big. Yeah.
And then I've really been doing a lot of like more chunky industrial chain, but mixing it up with something a bit more feminine or beachy, so it's a bit, unusual or unexpected. Like the Romy necklace is the big chunky barbed wire with a hibiscus pendant, or the Miyako is the same sort of style but with a starfish pendant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of seeing that across the board. It's just like these big bold necklaces that still have that feminine edge to it, or like beachy edge to it.
Yeah. Always been a shell person. I have like a shell tattoo and like I've always gone to the beach with my family. Yeah. So I kind of love that that's such a trend this summer and that it's not like, I feel like in past seasons, we've seen a lot of like, you know, just like colorful beaded necklaces and like necklaces you can layer, but we're getting back to like the statement jewelry, which I just absolutely love. What do you feel like you're wearing a lot of from your own collection? Do you have any pieces that you've been wearing for years?
Yeah, so I always go back to our swirl earrings. These are the Brando version with like the big pearls.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like the classic swirl. They go to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Dress up, dress down. The classic pearl pieces. I'm mostly an earrings person. I have a little baby, and a toddler, so like necklaces and things that can get pulled on are maybe not so much at the moment. And I always wear. I'm usually in just our classic little hibiscus hoop, which is just a little hoop with a little like hibiscus insignia in it.
I love that. So what are some of the pieces that you have noticed have done particularly well for the brand? And do you kind of look at that and when you're starting on a new collection, try to say, okay, like these 3 pieces did really well. I want to take some of that DNA and work it into these new pieces. How do you do that? Like, where do you start?
Yeah. Okay. So the first piece that I think really like put us on the map was this is called the aquatic necklace, which just had a big colorful glass fish on like a beaded and pearl necklace.
Love that.
And I mean, you see it everywhere now, but it was like quite risky for me at the moment. I was like, I don't know if people are gonna like this. I really do. So I think and then the swirl earrings were, you know, I launched those like 2 years ago, and you're still seeing swirl earrings coming out now.
Yeah.
And at the time, I remember one of my friends came over and was like, oh, I don't know how these are going to do for you. Like, you have this big box of them, blah, blah, blah. And I just, like, I think just taking that risk and trusting my instinct and going from there and, like, actually using that across all the designs.
Yeah.
And not going to play it so safe.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say, like, a particular design style, but simply, like, being a bit riskier and bolder.
Yeah. And do you have, as a brand, I mean, you've obviously been working on the brand for a very long time. Do you feel like you have any accomplishments that you're really proud of, but that are kind of like informing your bucket list items, whether it's like a celebrity dressing or, you know, just maybe like it's making that statement piece and working with something that's unexpected and taking a risk?
So I'd say like, obviously, when retailers reach out to me wanting to stock my jewelry is huge, right? Because they're pulling from so many brands. So for them to pick me to have on, or to pick Briwok to have on their tables is huge compliment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stylists, when stylists pull, because same thing, there's so much jewelry out there, so it just says that I'm doing something right.
Absolutely.
And celebrity dressing is cool. It's like, feels very good in the moment when you're like, so and so's wearing my jewelry, but it's a bit more fleeting. It's not quite as good of a compliment as someone who wants to carry your jewelry in their store
long term. Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. And so in that vein, do you find the jewelry, well, maybe it's like where you live now versus like if you were to be in New York, but do you find the jewelry space, just the accessory brand space, to be competitive in any way? And how do you like navigate that within your brand?
Yeah. So I would say it's definitely very competitive, but not in like a brand against brand. It's more, you have to be on top of your game in like every aspect of the business. So like design, website, marketing, packaging, communications, all of that. You have to constantly be getting better and being aware of what's going on around you, because like everyone is doing such an amazing job. That you just have to be always like ahead of the game, keeping up, moving forward.
Do you feel like whether it was before you started your brand or while you started your brand, maybe in the beginning, even now, there are any jewelry brands that you think have done a great job that you've kind of looked at and been like, I love this brand. I hope that like I'm as successful. Just like kind of like spread the love. What other brands do you like?
Yeah. Okay. So when I first started, I really looked up to Love AJ.
Mm-hmm.
Because she actually started. She's massive now, right?
Yeah.
But she's actually started kind of when I did.
Okay.
But now I'm really into completed works.
And
their use of like bio resin, and she's always using new materials that I haven't even heard about.
Yeah.
I think is amazing. Like, I would love to be in a position one day with my brand where I'm like, I have so much control of my stuff that have time to look for new materials and, more sustainable practices and that.
Totally. So when you do like find a material, for example, that you think you want to like experiment with, how do you go about sourcing it and starting to like work with that?
Google and YouTube.
Yeah.
So like, I'll just Google where to find it, and then I'm usually deep diving into YouTube on how to use it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Though. Like major fails with that, but
you never know until you try. Yeah. Well, can you kind of tease anything about the brand that's coming that you're super excited about, or maybe any like bucket list collaborations you want to do or anything like that?
So I have a couple of collaborations on the go right now.
Nice.
That I can't really share. I'm like kind of the type of person that doesn't want to until it's in front of me. I don't believe that it's happening. Yeah. But beyond that, I just have lots of new pieces coming, like really exciting pieces. I actually worked with a friend of mine who lives on the island, who's an amazing artist. He came up with some designs for me that you'll see in like earrings and pendants, which is going to be very cool. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Well, we will definitely be on the lookout. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Taryn. I think that she is such a talented jewelry artist, and I think that she has such a great idea for a brand. Her brand's really unique. I love the packaging that the jewelry comes in. It's just super cute, super poppy, super fun, and it makes you happy. And basically all the jewelry brands that I'm about to talk about that are also some of my favorite summer jewelry brands that have that ocean vibe to them, they all make you happy. And that's why I love them. So let's get into it. DoorDash just asked me how I liked my order. To be honest, I liked half of it. 50%. Give it up 50%. Okay. Well, you already know about Briwok. Obviously, you just learned about Briwok. Now, let's talk about the other ones. Simone the Label. Okay, so what I really like about Simone the Label is that they have water-ready jewelry, meaning that they make sure that all of their jewelry, since they know it's so beach-friendly and so like aesthetically pleasing on the beach and that you'd want to wear it with your swimsuit, they make sure that it doesn't tarnish. And this company was founded by Sydney Simone, hence Simone the Label. Definitely check it out. You'll love this brand. Roxanne Asselin is a brand that they are very well known. You've probably seen them before without knowing you've seen them before, but for their like little square, colorful beaded stretch bracelets and necklaces. They do so much more than that now, but they first got very well known for that. Their little tagline, their slogan is literally the jewelry that makes you smile, hence what I was saying before. They are vibrant, yet colorful. And then just because of the shape of their beads, they kind of are going for a minimalist look, but then there's that color too. And they have so many options to personalize as well. You can literally, if you go on their website, do a design your own feature and make your own jewelry. But just the idea of being able to choose from like so many different color combos and patterns, to me also makes the jewelry feel personalized because it's personalized to your personality. You know what I mean? Okay, Notte. They are made in Italy. The brand was started by former accessories director Jessica C. We've talked about Notte before because they did the collaboration with Squigs and they were featured in one of our past episodes. But this jewelry, it's always thematic. So she will launch like really cute like seashells and cute charms come summer that it literally makes you feel like you want to go to the ocean. Their kind of tagline, or the way that Jessica describes her jewelry, is it's a fun mix of New York quirk with a hint of La Dolce Vita daydreams. Many pieces of her jewelry are also made with very interesting like pearls and shells and just like unexpected materials. So it's really fun. Latte is known as Not Your Grandmother's Pearls. And this might be a little bit more sophisticated of the bunch that I'm going to talk about today, but I really love all of the different colored pearls. They are stunning. They are made in NYC. The Instagram feed screams like summer in the Hamptons, to be honest, because they kind of curate their Instagram feed to feel more like a vibe instead of just like showcasing all of the pieces of jewelry. They were founded by Charlotte Alden, and they are handcrafted and made with materials like freshwater pearls, real gold, sterling silver, and more. They are made for everyday wear, but the pearls are really unique. So it's kind of like next level. We're talking like next level than just your classic strand of pearls. Okay, Johanna Masters, you can shop them via Mint Market if you want to shop them. They are very eclectic. They embrace throwback culture, which like we are embracing that today, but they are always inspired by summer continuously. So even throughout the rest of the seasons, they're always inspired by summer. And that is what we're talking about today, summer inspired jewelry. Okay, and they have a lot of really fun and unique summer charms. There's literally like surfboards and ice cream pops, so it goes beyond your basic like starfish, you know? Okay. Hey Mauve. I love Hey Mauve. I actually have a lot of their pieces. They are founded by Alicia. She is a Singaporean Chinese woman who gives back, makes it an effort to give back to nonprofits that support sexual assault survivors. If you go onto her website, you can read a little bit more about her story on the About page. She's an amazing woman. She built her brand as a community to support other women, but the jewelry still makes you smile. And well, obviously supporting women, smile should go along with that. But basically, it's just really nice that she goes above and beyond to not only have jewelry that make people smile, but also give back and just be honest and upfront about what she cares about. I think that that's really important. And it's also really important to see the face behind a brand and know, you know, what's inspiring this person to make such incredible pieces of art. Okay, we've also got Fraser Sterling. Fraser Sterling was founded by Fraser Lipton. Their focus is on self-expression. They are very celebrity loved. They're worn by like the Hadids, Madison Beer, Sophia Richie. Lots of colorful beaded necklaces with summer-centric charms like fruit, tennis rackets, pearls, and shells. Very quirky Y2K. Very much the vibe we are going for. Every time I shake, it's because Kit ran by the scratching post, which my computer is elevated on. Okay, Elsie Frida. They have a whole page devoted to their summer edit, which I really appreciate, and that screams summer to me. So if you want to just shop the summertime vibe, you can go to their website and just shop summer. They have lots of colorful stacking beads and chokers. Their slogan is "Life is better in color." They're based in Richmond, Virginia, and they are woman run. They were founded by a woman named Christina, and she started the brand after discovering Heishi beads in 2018. These are African vinyl beads with a maximalist vibe, which the brand in and of itself is very maximalist. They partner with women in Ghana. They partnered with these women to start the brand, and she still actually finds her beads in local markets there. The brand was named after her grandmother, Elsie. And the team has designed pieces to benefit breast cancer awareness and Feeding America. LEU, they are Harry Styles loved, which like we love Harry Styles wearing pearls in the summertime. I mean, really, what's that song, the music video that like, of course, like I know it. Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. But I feel like that's not the music video I'm talking about. Wait. Sorry, brief intermission so I can Google Harry Styles. No, that never heard no one. All right, Harry Styles music video. I think it's Watermelon Sugar. Is that what I'm? This is it. Watermelon Sugar. It literally, okay, so this brand, LEU, just screams like Harry Styles music video. Each piece is handcrafted with natural materials, so no two pieces are the same. They have both a women's and men's section with amazing chunky pearls and shell necklaces. They're based out of Miami, and they are super cool, so check them out too. Anelli, these beads are so cool. The way that these beads are put together is such that like it's literally like a little grouping of beads that is woven in such a way that they mimic fruit when they are hanging down. It is the coolest thing ever. Really cool to see. They call them their jelly earrings. These are my favorite ones. And they're inspired, which I love the inspiration even more. They're inspired by the Finnish landscapes, specifically the berries and flowers that bloom after the cold, harsh Nordic winters. So this is literally summer inspiration in a nutshell, right? Okay, and they're all about like blooming time, basically. And they are worn, again, by many celebrities, the Hadids, Millie Bobby Brown, Addison Rae, and many more. So these are my favorite brands, not my only favorite jewelry brands. My favorite jewelry brands that to me, when I'm on their pages, when I scroll past one of their Instagram posts, it just screams summer to me. I really hope you enjoyed learning about all of that. I hope that this is going to inspire you to get some bubble tea and the Panda bubble tea if it's an option, because this is the best. I feel like it's also dangerous and a possibility for me to choke on one of these bubbles, but that hasn't happened yet today, and my memory card is full, so hopefully someone will spare me. Thank you for watching another episode of Dinner for Shoes. I love you. I will be back next week. Bye.